Hey there. Quick question. What if I told you that the story you carry inside your cells goes back billions of years, and that you're living proof that life learns, adapts, and survives across time? Sounds bold, right? But the science behind it is simply astonishing. Every person is built from a library of code, 3 billion letters tucked into every cell. These letters form a sequence of 4 chemical bases, A, T, C, and G, the alphabet of life. Together, they create the detailed blueprint for building your body and shaping your traits. A code that connects you to ancestors you'll never meet face to face, and to a universe that's always evolving. Welcome to Soul Science, where we blend curiosity, science, and the mystery of where we come from. If you're ready to see how your DNA ties you to star stuff, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey. Think of DNA as a living library, locked inside every one of your cells. If you're wondering how a tiny molecule can carry the story of billions of years, you're not alone. DNA isn't just code, it's a dynamic, three-dimensional map that guides how life grows, adapts, and passes lessons to the next generation. So what makes DNA so extraordinary? It's not just a static set of instructions. It's an active, living map, guiding development, aging, and how traits are handed down. Imagine a library where every book is a recipe. Some recipes are shared by millions, others are whispered by a single lineage. That's your DNA. What you inherit from your grandparents isn't just looks, it's tiny molecular directions that have traveled through time, encoded in your cells. That library was built over more than 1 billion generations of life on Earth. Understanding DNA helps explain why you might resemble a cousin far away, or why certain traits run in families. DNA is a chemical instruction manual with about 3 billion letters. These letters come in pairs, like a deeply specific recipe, and tiny changes can shape traits. Every person's DNA contains fragments inherited from countless ancestors. Some you've met in family photos, others you'll never meet. DNA travels through reproduction, not through air or water. It's the legacy you carry forward, a thread weaving through generations. And while DNA is a material code, many traditions speak of connection, continuity, and the idea that life is a thread in a larger tapestry. It's not just a static script, it's influenced by life experiences in a process called epigenetics, and that opens up big questions about how our choices today might leave marks for tomorrow. If you're curious about how daily decisions could influence your DNA, drop a comment below with DNA in action, and tell us which trait you'd like explained next. Stay with us as we connect these molecular threads to bigger questions about identity, legacy, and our place in the cosmos. How does your family history show up in your looks or talents? Share a quick story in the comments. Think of epigenetics as the software that runs your DNA hardware. Your genes are the recipe, but your experiences, your diet, stress, exercise, environment, can turn certain switches on or off, influencing which ingredients get used. Epigenetics changes how genes are read without altering the underlying code. Weather, lifestyle, and stress can leave marks that influence future generations. Stress from work, poor sleep, or lack of exercise can change how your genes are expressed, affecting immunity and energy levels. Even a mother's nutrition during pregnancy can influence a child's future health. Two people with identical DNA can look different because of their life stories and environments. Even in the womb, factors like maternal nutrition can shape gene expression. Some epigenetic marks can be passed to offspring, forming a bridge between personal choices and ancestral transmission. This means our actions can influence health and traits, not just in us, but in our children. Your DNA is a living instruction set, but epigenetics is how the environment edits the script. You're not merely at the mercy of your genes, you're actively shaping how they're read. From stress to nutrition to sleep, these factors can turn genes up or down, altering development, aging, and disease risk. If DNA is the map and epigenetics is the software, what about the big questions? Do our thoughts and feelings leave a mark? Think of your DNA as a bridge between where we came from and where we're going. It carries the whispers of ancient life, the footprints of countless generations, and a connection to the wider universe. A DNA snapshot can connect you to distant cousins you'll never meet and to ancestors you only know through stories. Our shared genetic heritage links humanity into one global family. Every atom in your body was forged in stars. DNA is made of carbon, nitrogen, and other elements that traveled from stellar furnaces to Earth. Genetic lineages stretch back billions of years, traversing oceans of change, from mass extinctions to climate shifts. When you look in the mirror, you're not just seeing yourself, you're seeing a history book written in molecules. If DNA is the map and ancestry is the compass, what can we learn from asking big questions about identity, purpose, and the consciousness behind it all? Think of culture and memory as the stories that travel with us, shaping who we are alongside our DNA. Our shared experiences, languages, rituals, and learned knowledge become part of the living tapestry that intersects with biology. But it's not just biology that connects us. Culture and memory are the stories, rituals, and habits passed down from one generation to the next. They shape how we live, respond to challenges, and share wisdom with each other. Together, biology and culture form a living tapestry. Our genes and experiences woven with language, traditions, and shared knowledge. It's time to explore how culture, memory, and collective wisdom shape who we become. Culture isn't separate from biology. It amplifies and guides how we live, learn, and pass things on. Memories and traditions can influence behavior, health rituals, and community resilience. Generations learn from each other, turning individual wisdom into shared practices that benefit whole communities. Stories encode values and experiences that help societies adapt to new challenges. Many traditions speak of connection and purpose. Science shows how interdependence can emerge from simple biological rules. By honoring our patterns, languages, and rituals, we help future generations flourish. Our biology and culture grow together. Culture and memory travel through time, guiding how we live in the present and shape tomorrow. We are more than our DNA. We are the products of shared stories and communal wisdom. Together, biology and culture form a loop. What we learn, what we pass on, and how we adapt. If biology is the engine and culture the fuel, what does this imply about meaning, purpose, and the cosmos? Our lives are braided tapestries of genes, experiences, and shared wisdom. An ongoing conversation about who we are and why we're here. Big questions meet everyday life. If DNA tells a story about where we come from and who we are, this section invites us to wonder where we're going together, within the vast tapestry of the cosmos. Purpose isn't dictated by genes alone. It emerges from choices, relationships, and shared aspirations. We can find direction by aligning personal values with curiosity about life and the universe. The same atoms that make up our bodies were forged in stars. Thinking large can illuminate the ordinary. Our actions ripple through communities and ecosystems, shaping futures we may never meet. Together, science and spirituality can offer a sense of place, inside a vast, ongoing story. Meaning isn't hidden in the code alone. It's found in how we live, connect, and contribute. We're small in the universe, yet part of something incredibly large and shared. As we explore, we're invited to act with intention, cultivating wisdom, compassion, and curiosity. So what does all this mean for you? Your DNA isn't just a static blueprint, it's a living, breathing map that carries the story of billions of years. Your experiences, choices, and habits are writing the next chapters, not just for you, but for future generations. And it's not only biology. Your family traditions, community, and the stories you carry also shape who you are, guiding how you live, adapt, and contribute to the world. Every atom in your body connects you to the cosmos, every gene to your ancestors, and every action you take echoes into the future. You're small in the universe, but at the same time, you are part of something incredibly vast, shared, and beautiful. So take a moment, reflect on your choices, and think, what story do you want your DNA, your actions, and your legacy to tell? If this journey through DNA, epigenetics, and culture inspired you, hit that subscribe button. Share this with someone curious about life, and leave a comment telling us one habit or story you want to pass on to the next generation. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, You're not just a product of the past, you're an architect of the future.